Slip away for a second moment.
Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. So a bit of a special this evening. So we're flying from Dublin to Düsseldorf, but with live ATC VATSIM this time rather than IVO, and this time we're flying with a real world Airbus A320 pilot. Yeah, this is going to be cool. It's going to be cool. It's all very new. We're not too sure how it's going to pan out, but it looks like we're going to have full coverage, pretty much full coverage from Dublin to Düsseldorf with the ATC. So I'm super excited for this, and I hope some of you are going to be also excited. It's going to be great. So let's just get set up a little bit more over on this side, and yeah. So how is everybody doing? So we're streaming over on Twitch, on YouTube as well, and of course we've got other VATSIMers spawned at the gate. Let me just try and get everybody's chats up so that I'm not missing anything. 2 seconds. There we go. I think we're sorted now. So how's everybody doing over on the Twitch? Hi to everyone on the Twitch, and hi to those on the YouTube watching as well. Hi Pilot Northern Ireland, how you doing? Thanks for the likes, thanks for the shares. And Jerry, are you in the cockpit with us? That's the main thing.
Good evening, how are you?
Yeah, would you want to say hello to TikTok and say hello to YouTube? So this is my first officer this evening. It should be the other way around really, to be honest, but there we go. He's got a few more hours on me.
Hey, no, Dan, I've seen you in some other streams, and your handling skills far away mine.
Okay, so yeah, wait, there's 300 people in TikTok. Can you believe it? 300 people watching on TikTok.
They're coming for the flight of their life tonight.
I hope there aren't any engine issues. I know. Hello 2K Top Man over on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. So for those that are just joining, we go from Dublin to Düsseldorf. We're using VATSIM rather than IVAO tonight, just because Jerry's more familiar. That's my first officer this evening, real A320 pilot, and he'll be handling the radios, and he will be sort of helping with the operation of the aircraft all the way to Düsseldorf. Looks like we're going to have full coverage as well, which is pretty cool. And I mean, look at those. You look at those graphics. You sound like an F1 commentator. Maybe that could be my side job if it doesn't work out in aviation world. Maybe. Make sure the bleed is good tonight. Yeah, that's true. That's true, because otherwise I won't be able to start the engine again. Hi, Pilot Mark. How you doing? I'm okay. This is amazing. I know it is amazing. And like I say, we're not only streaming on TikTok, we're streaming on the other platforms, Twitch and YouTube as well. So you get to decide where you want to watch this. So wherever you're comfortable watching it, wherever you want to be commenting, the TikTok side is always mad. It's always full of views, always full of likes and comments. But you know, if you want a little bit of a quieter time, then you can sort of stream off onto the other platforms. But as a reward, you get a full screen resolution, and you can probably put it on your iPad or TV or whatever suits you really. So yeah, it's crazy. So let's get in the cockpit, Jerry, shall we? Shall we go and have a look at the aircraft?
Yeah,
so,
let's do it.
This is so cool. So let's reset the view. So we're in the Airbus, and like you say, the first officer is with us, Jerry. And do you want to say hello, Jerry, just for those that haven't heard you before?
Hi guys, we tried to do this earlier on. Wasn't much help, but I'm certainly going to give him a good run for his money this evening and give him some good entertainment with him. That's for sure.
It's going to be great, and you know, it's just magic that we're able to do this shared cockpit experience. Like I say, there's two of us on the flight deck.
Actually, Dan, is this a first? Is this the first?
Is this the first? I don't know.
I don't know.
I haven't seen another live shared cockpit. I've seen other videos where there is a shared cockpit, shared flight deck, but I haven't seen any live sessions where there's a, maybe they're a little bit worried just in case things don't go to plan. I don't know.
Well, it's live, so if it's going to go wrong, it will.
Oh man! So this is your home base as well, isn't it, Jerry? Yeah. Anyway, so right. So
I think we need to get going, Dave.
I think we need to get going. Right. Okay. So let's go through the flows and just make sure everything's on. So batteries are on, external power's on. We'll turn the APU on and wait for a few seconds and press the start. So power down, seatbelt signs, no smoking, auto, and external lights on arm. And if we go up, crew supply, oxygen supplies on, the ADIRS are on, and we have already tested the engine fire APU and the engine fire 2 fire test before the stream, and we need to put the overhead lights on.
Yeah, while you're doing that, I'm just going to get your weather there for you, Captain, and we'll get your clearance in a moment.
Okay, perfect. And this is the beauty of, so this is my virtual hand, so I'm not touching the box here. That's Jerry doing that for us, and so it takes the workload off, with obviously managing the aircraft. And the APU is now available for those that are watching the live stream, so we can go up and turn our we can turn the bleed on. We don't want the probe window heat, do we?
You don't want that. No, we're okay for the name. Yeah.
And just for we'll turn the fuel pumps on just in case we forget it before the engines start. There we go. So IT admiss, what mods do you use? So this is an Orbix Dublin scenery. This is a fly-by-wire aircraft, A320 add-on, which is free. We're using VATSIM tonight instead of IVAO, just for a change. And the shared cockpit facility is something called Your Controls. Now, it doesn't work on every aircraft, so it's in a beta mode. There's going to be probably things that don't work, and there's a little bit of synchronized activities that we need to be doing. Make sure that everything's on our control systems are the same. That landing was a butter. Are you talking about the are you talking about the Gatwick to
Gatwick?
Gatwick to Gatwick earlier. I mean, that was my best landing of my career, actually. I think with no brakes,
incredible.
No brakes and no flaps. Certainly got the adrenaline rushing.
You barely had an aircraft. You barely had an aircraft. Don't mind the brakes.
Nearly up to 1K apparently. Marcus said. So have you finished with the box?
Okay,
Jerry?
so I've got your weather. I've just set the Q&H there for both of us, and I'll just set it on the standby as well, and work away.
Okay, so let's go and bring the flight plan into the actual box itself. Okay, so EIDW to EDDL, which is your Düsseldorf. Oops, there we go. It's glitching out on me. Okay, and we can then go and start loading the passengers in because we don't want to wait for those any longer than we need to. So we'll go over to this page and we send the report to find out how many passengers we've got on board. So okay, so we've got 99 passengers on board, so not quite a full aircraft. You'll be able to help on this one. So what's the full capacity on a A320? Is it 175?
It depends on the configuration that different airlines would have, but
yeah.
One that I would work for, it's 174 we'd have as a configuration. It's a very reasonable seat pitch.
Yeah. Okay, so that's answered that one. So we're going to set up our departure runway. And do you know what departure we're working off, Jerry?
Okay, so I got the weather there. I don't know whether you can see it in the middle.
Can't see it at the moment, but what
okay,
I'll do
so
is...
it basically the wind is from the southwest 210 at 8 knots. I am assuming runway 28 left. However, the guys over on ATC will clarify that in a moment with regards to departure. If you want, set up runway 28 left, and I'll when you have that done,
we'll leave
the
the 6. Okay, so
yeah.
okay, and I'll leave the box for you to. Well, do you want me to, when you get the clearance, do you want me to hear it out and put that straight in as the standard departure?
I tell you what, why don't we get the clearance now, and then we'll know exactly what's happening.
We'll know exactly what we're doing. Okay, great.
Let me go and get this. So, I believe Dublin's gone live tonight. We just what's the word are you using? So, Tower, Dublin Tower 186. So let me tune that up and get the clearance.
Okay.
It's a bit fiddly trying to dial these numbers in one moment. 186.
0.
Here we go. Yeah, it's
Flight level 9, 3025, thank you.
Shamrock 211 fully established.
Shamrock 211, Dublin
Have
Tower,
to wait
hello,
your turn.
clear to land runway 28 left.
It's a busy night.
It is, yeah.
Clear land 28
I see there's a good few aircraft around us there, alright.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it now. Dublin Tower, good evening. Shamrock 624 on stand 407. Request clearance to Düsseldorf, Airbus 320.
Shamrock 624, Dublin Tower, hello, clear to Düsseldorf. Dexton 1L for departure, runway 28 left, squawk 6652. Frequency after departure, channel control 131.150.
After departure 131.150, squawk 6652. Dexton 1 Alpha departure off runway 28 left, Shamrock 624.
Shamrock 624, read back is correct. Advise ready for pushing down.
Thank you.
Wow.
Hey, what about that, huh?
I tell you what. Do you know what that was? That was so nice that I could dial in the squawk code for you while you're issuing the radio, and then obviously plan in the standard instrument departure.
That's exactly the way. That's exactly the way it's done.
Really?
Yeah, relatively. Yeah, relatively. So
It's
three
cool.
things that we'd like to look for after that. What I can tell you can check it later on. 3 things: we set the altitude, confirm the departure, and make sure the squawk is correct. So the altitude for the next departure is going to be pre-selected at 9,000.
Okay. So we'll put the 9,000 in. Ready? Okay. So let's get rid of this flight plan discontinuity. And
That looks good. Yeah,
if
Dexter
we
1
go
Alpha and 6652. Excellent.
and if we go to the arrival, have you got the? Okay,
Yeah,
so
it's a subtly. I
So
don't know
it-
what they're going to
it
do over
looks
there.
like we've got 2-3 at the moment. 2-3 left, and
Yeah.
is it Pissap? Pissap sounds a bit rude.
Yeah,
That
yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Pissap one golf.
Yeah, so they could change it on the way, but we stick in them. And I'd say put in exactly what you've got there.
Okay.
There you go.
Oops, sorry, went too far. There we go.
Yeah. Excellent.
Okay, so that's that sorted. So I'm guessing we need to put fuel in as well, don't we? Actually, so
Yeah,
So
So
I'll,
381 cross runway 1634, Hotel 1, link 4, stand 126. Good evening.
so those that are
Cross
asking for the Twitch, I'm just going to put it up there. So that's the Twitch URL. If you want to go over to Twitch, but I'm also streaming on YouTube and TikTok, of course. For those that are looking, so the target fuel that we need for the flight is 5 tons, isn't it? But
I did look at the weather, Dan.
Yeah.
It just starts creeping in there. It's getting a bit misty over there. Maybe a
And
little bit
Itaro
foggy.
3025,
And if that
ready
ends
for
up
push
being
start.
an autoland, we could be delayed. So
Okay.
maybe an extra ton and a bit.
Okay, a ton and a bit. So if we say 6.5 tons, yeah, would that be enough?
Yeah,
Taro
that's good.
Okay.
3025, push and start approved. Ready,
So if we
99.
type in that,
Push and start approved, QNH 9999 and standard go
6.5 tons, and we'll start the refueling now.
Super.
And is that happening on your side, just for the shared experience? Is that actually working
Yeah,
on your side?
I'm looking at the fuel on
Okay,
board
welcome
on
to
the
Dublin,
ECAM, and it's
Yeah.
Turn right onto Sierra.
Okay.
Do you want the North Pier 4 or South?
excellent.
Okay. So while that's while that's obviously going ahead and refueling, let's just check how we're doing with the passengers and just see. Okay, so we've got 71 passengers on board out the 99, so we're nearly there.
We might even get away early then.
You never know. You never know. It'll make a change, to be honest. While we're waiting for that to happen, is there anything that we should be doing beforehand, or we got a bit of time to take some questions?
I tell you what, before we do that, may I just have a little look at the box here, and I'll just cross-check everything here.
Yeah.
You have Dublin to Düsseldorf, Amsterdam, 624, that looks good. We put in flight level 370 there. I'll just put that in there.
Yeah.
So that looks good. The unit plan B, we'll get that in a moment. Overall distance on the track there looks spot on. Radnav's progress, it may be EIDW28 left. Just in case we need to sort of find out, we need to come back to the runway.
Yeah,
there it is.
sure. There we go.
And performance, you're going to get that later on?
Yeah, once we've finished fueling and got the passengers fully on board, because obviously
you have time for Q&A.
Yeah, we've got Q&A. Look at this. Okay, so I'm just conscious that I've abandoned the comments over on the Twitch side. So what add-on aircraft is this? And eye tracker. So over on Twitch, this is to you. So the aircraft that I'm using is fly-by-wire A320NX, and the eye tracking is something called Track IR, which Jerry has got on order, and hopefully he will be able to have the same facility soon as well. And is this an official account for Twitch? Well, it's the official account for FlyUK in terms of the TikTok FlyUK, but not FlyUK VA, which is the virtual airline. So not to get confused with that. Fly Mark, welcoming everybody over on Twitch as well. And so and over on the YouTube, is that a mod for the other voice? Probably going to sound a bit stupid question. So this is what we call VATSIM. You've got VATSIM and IVAO, which are a virtual air traffic control. It's an add-on, isn't it, Jerry? Would you say it's an add-on?
Yeah.
So where there's real-world controllers, real-world pilots that's part of the network as well, but they provide ATC coverage. They provide other pilots within the sim. We've got another aircraft parked over there on our right that you can see, and they're basically all flying like I am, and it's also ATC, which is obviously making it quite a real experience. Could you repeat if you said anything? My internet went. Oh, okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's covered. It's at Mist over on YouTube, and over on TikTok. Let's just try and get some of these questions answered. If there is any, what's your Twitter? Check out. We've done that.
Yeah, I'm just having a little look through here myself. See, can I pick anything out for you? No, not really.
I think we've covered everything in terms of general coverage.
I think so.
Okay, so we've actually got 8 viewers. That's a record on Twitch. 8 viewers. I know it doesn't sound a lot. But compared to the TikTok, but it's massive really for me. Usually I have about 2 or 3 people watching on Twitch side.
Bravo 2 Zulu.
Yeah,
thanks. The fuel is done there, Dan. Just keeping an eye out for you.
Okay, thanks so much. 6.5 tons is in and done, and our passengers, we'll just have a look and see how the passengers are faring. Okay, 98. So there's one passenger. Is he delayed? Is he running for his cases? I wonder, because it seems to have stuck at that. Or maybe we're not. Maybe he's never going to make the flight. I don't know.
I see 99.
Do you see 99? Okay. Well, that's fine by me, as long as one of us is seeing that. All right. Okay, so the next steps is obviously we need to call for request push and start, I'm guessing. But before we do that, should we go through a pre-startup checklist?
Absolutely.
Okay, so am I using, let me just make sure I'm using the correct one from your side.
Yeah.
Okay. So I hope everyone's enjoying this. It's something a little bit different. We've got a shared cockpit experience essentially. Okay, so before start, would I sort of request you to do that, or I'll do it actually in this set. So before start checklist, cockpit prep.
It's complete.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Signs.
On auto and armed.
ADRS.
3 in a line and checked.
Fuel quantity.
It's checked and balanced to 6.5 tons on board, and was just over 4 tons required.
Okay, takeoff data.
Is to come.
Barrow reference.
Is 90909, set once, twice, and 3 times.
Okay, so beacon on, and
yeah.
We're below the line.
We might have to do the performance at the moment, yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. So it's not on. That's it. Sorry. So yeah, so it's not on my checklist, but it is on my other one actually.
That's okay.
So,
That's okay.
Okay, so yeah, I will do the. I might stick to my checklist, and we can work through the other flows
Sure.
on the other one. So so yeah, we're going to do our performance. So let's go to int and then page B. We'll put our 0 fuel weights in, and our block fuel is 6.5 tons, and we can go back to the performance, and we'll get our weight and balance. So our weight and balance, center of gravity is 24.8. So if we go over to here and okay, so 0.2 up,
Yeah.
0.2 up, and we'll put the V1s and VR and V2 speeds in. Okay, so is that
Excellent.
everything that we need for that performance? So if we go through the checklist, APU master is on, APU start is on, MCD MACD weights,
That's all done there.
yeah, V speeds, APU bleed is on, and external power off.
Yep. Super.
Seatbelt signs on, and air conditioning packs as required. So they're on
Excellent.
at the moment. Okay, so pushback and startup. Windows and doors closed and locked.
Well, let's still think the old jetty's still connected there, is there?
Is it still okay? All right,
Did he
let's.
not give you that load sheet, no?
They think it's that, yeah. Yeah, they should have sent this back, shouldn't they? Surely. Okay, so we'll go to this, and we'll take the jetty out, and we don't need the external power because we've turned it off anyway. So we'll watch this jetty go. Topman 2K00, hi, I'm on YouTube and Twitch, blimey. You're getting your fill then. Coles YK, hi, how you doing on Twitch? And hi to those that are over on YouTube and on TikTok. So the jetty's gone. We've got a few aircraft next to us anyway. Okay, so windows, the doors closed and locked. Cockpit door. Do you want to lock that, Jerry?
Okay, yeah.
Cockpit
there we
door. Okay, thank you.
Just for future reference, if you can
fuel pumps are on.
From there, runway 28 left, clear for takeoff.
Beacon
20 degrees, 8 knots.
is on. Transponder auto, TCAS standby.
Sorry sir, I
And we can get our clearance for push and start if you want.
28 left,
Excellent.
clear for
I'll go and
takeoff,
get that for you now.
220 degrees, 8 knots.
Dan, you're pushing it, but you're going to push about 7 minutes early. Chalk it down. It's a record.
I will use the 3416 to line up.
Okay, so
cockpit to ground.
Left, okay?
This is ground.
Okay, no
Stand
problem.
by.
Thank you, sir.
Dublin, good evening. Shamrock 624, stand 407. Request push and start.
Carrier 624, push and start approved. Tug release point Mike. QNH 999.
Push and start approved. Point Mike 9999. Shamrock 624.
Dublin Tower, good evening to you, 3
So you're cleared to push and start.
and Point Mike, is that basically the
It's
start?
relatively directly behind you.
Okay, great.
5 also in that case, speed by A3 Delta, we're at MSFS2020 200, stand 201. Information pumper aboard.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is
Speed
removed.
A3 Delta clear to Heathrow, deck
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Runway 28 left.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft.
And F-160, cabin control, frequency 1.
So when you push back, you want the tail then to go to the right and go up
Standing by for pushback.
about 50 yards.
Okay.
662 in the box, and airborne frequency, channel control 131 at 150, speed by A3 Delta. Speed A3 Delta.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, releasing parking brake.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
So in terms of that sim, we do actually need permission to start our engines, would we, before, or is that clearance
No,
covered that as well? Yeah.
Once they have cleared you to push and start, the engineer down below technically gives you the clearance to start. You still could be in an area here where there's other activity relatively close to the aircraft, and he sort of gives you the guidance because he's your eyes and ears for behind you.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm starting engine number 2.
Starting on number 2. I'll just make sure the switches are doing the exact same on this side.
Okay. That's looking a lot better.
Oh, it was painful earlier on when the engines wouldn't start, and then when they did, they were reluctant to go any further.
Oh, it's crazy. Okay, so I'm
Yeah,
the
tail to the right now, I say.
Okay. And that green taxiway, the lights there, that's where we're heading, yeah?
Okay, I'm still facing the terminal, only turning out now. When you get about 90 degrees out from your parking position,
Yeah.
I'd say, yeah, that's there, that taxi.
Okay.
Mike is about 20-30 yards behind you.
Okay.
Itarro 3025 airborne.
Okay, tell me when you're starting engine number 1.
Okay, starting engine number 1.
Now.
Push your channel control 131.15. Thank you for your service. Bye bye. Ciao.
I'd say you'll be close enough there.
Okay.
Because he's going to probably see the other green line on the left-hand
Yeah,
side.
I've got it.
He'll
Yeah.
probably give us out over there.
Okay.
Oh, that might be a good start. 6623 will be in the box, speed by A3 Delta.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lower
Parking brake set.
Set.
Ground. Startup is complete. You may disconnect.
Roger. Good engine start. Cleared to disconnect. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Okay,
Holding
so
position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
engine mode selector switch.
No,
back-
my engine's not started
Oh, it's not.
yet.
Oh, it's not far. Good points. Thanks, Joey. This is why we
Yeah.
need. This is why we need a first officer monitoring that.
We could have having another engine problem there.
Yeah.
Okay, that's both of them started now, so go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay, mode selector switch norm,
Normal.
and APU bleed off.
Off.
Do you want to switch that off?
You switch it off. You're,
Okay, I'll
you're
switch
handling.
off. Yeah. Okay. APU master off.
You switch that off. And that's it.
Anti-ice as required.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, before taxi.
I will now arm your spoilers for you.
Yeah.
I will reset the reset the rudder trim.
Yeah.
I am now going to select flap 1 if you select this on your side as well.
Yeah.
Flap 1.
Flap 1.
And you set the rudder trim earlier on, so sorry, the elevator trim, which is perfect.
Perfect. Okay. And before taxi, so nose light taxi.
Well, we do. How about we do an after start checklist?
Okay, after start. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So the after start, I'll call it for you now because you're actually handling the aircraft. Okay.
Yeah. No worries.
So anti-ice.
Anti-ice off.
ECAM status.
ECAM status.
If you check the buttons down on below between the MacDos, the middle bottom one, yeah, there you go.
Normal.
It's normal. Pitch trim. So what did you set it at?
Pitch trim 0.2 up.
And that checks against the load sheet, and it checks against what you have there in the box.
Yep.
And the rudder trim.
And rudder trim 0.
That's the after start checklist complete.
Okay. So before taxi, taxi checklist. So nose light to taxi. Runway turn off lights are on. Strobes auto. Parking brake off and take off config. So we won't turn the parking brake off until we get the clearance, I'm guessing.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
So just want to check my controls are all in the exact same position because we don't want those getting out of sync. Okay, so happy enough for taxi?
Yeah, I've just turned the weather the weather shield. Is it the weather shield? I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, the predictive wind shear. Yeah.
The predictive wind shear. Yeah, that's it. I've turned that on because that was on the takeoff config.
Sure.
Okay.
Would you like taxi?
What is press 3?
Yeah, let's go for a taxi.
Okay.
Hold position 3, make you
Shamrock 624, Quest taxi. Shamrock 624, readability 2.
I'm glad it was not just me.
It's Bravo 1 Echo 1, hold short runway 28 left, Shamrock 624. Dan, that's the green line that's on your left hand side out there.
Okay.
We need to just jump over onto that because we're on Zulu at the moment.
Okie dokie. Alright, parking brake off.
Okay, off.
And you ready to taxi?
Let's do it.
Okay, we'll dim the lights. Actually, we do need to turn
I'll switch those up for you if you want to
Okay,
taxi.
thank you, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you very much. Look at that.
Spare pair of hands, huh?
It's really handy.
Whoa, 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 whoa. 0, 0. There we go.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Has it crashed your side?
Yeah, I think it's the scenery.
Oh dear, okay. That's not good.
No.
No. Okay, so we'll be right back, and we'll try and get this back up somehow. I'm just wondering whether we can take off the scenery.
Well, I still have functionality of the cockpit here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just maybe it's not lost yet. 1 second.
Okay.
Okay.
It's all happening. It's crashed on my side. So
yeah, it's crashed here as well.
Okay. I'm just wondering whether we can quickly uninstall that Dublin scenery, maybe.
Yeah, this is. I didn't think the scenery was gonna work. It was working well, but the moment you start moving the sync and bang, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because it worked, didn't it, without the VATSIM side of things. And all the rest. It worked the other day with us.
I actually have to talk to VATSIM at the moment. Just thinking. Shamrock 624. Sir, can you just tell us, we're having problems here regards of our SIM and the position where we're at. I think it's after crashing on this side. Can you tell us exactly where you see us on the airfield? Sorry, sir, it's very difficult to hear you.
Okay, so we're I'm just going to basically remove the
Okay, so
scenery.
you can still see us at 407, yes? Okay, so let's see what we... Okay, we try and... Just give us a moment. We're going to be in this position for a few minutes. How do we remove that scenery very quickly?
So you can just delete it out of the community folder. I'll do the same.
I think it's going to... I think this may crash.
Are you... Oh, are you still loaded up then, are you?
Yeah, I'm still loaded.
Oh, I'm not loaded.
Oh.
Oh, okay. In that case, then, shall I just try and go back in and see what happens?
Yeah.
And do you want to... And rather than me being the host... Do you want to basically bring you as the host? Because then that way, hopefully it'll bring the settings that have already been loaded in, maybe?
No, that's not going to work because everything will be misconfigured.
Okay. All right.
I think...
So do you think we've got to come back out and try again, or should we remove this scenery?
That scenery... I think if you're going to do flights, you got to do it away from scenery airports.
Okay, all right.
I think it has to be away from scenery airports.
It's a shame, isn't it? That okay. Let's do that. So
what you want to do?
So I'm gonna basically... I've come out of the flight sim, so you might as well come out as well.
No, flight sim, okay.
And then if you want to delete the Orbix scenery.
Okay,
out of your community folder.
I have to disconnect from VATSIM.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll have to come back in.
Okay, so
sorry about this. This is. So
I just had a feeling with the scenery. You can't do it with the scenery.
Yeah. So sorry everybody that's watching over on TikTok and YouTube. But these are problems that we're going to face when we're trying new technology out of shared cockpits, etc. So 2K00 Top Man on YouTube said if it's not one thing, it's the other. We'll get there though. Let me just let's just try and sort of uninstall this. So I'm gonna go to my Orbix Central and so you just delete it out of the community folder basically, and we can put it back after.
I'm just going to two forward slashes before the name of the folder, and that won't recognize it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just annoying. So Stevie B6971 has said, you guys are handling this brilliantly. Oh dear. Unlucky guys, closer than this PM.
Yeah, well you can see the fire that's coming up around us.
Oh my word. Honestly, it's crazy. But these things will try and test us.
I think, Dan, we have a good chance of getting this back by, as you said, delete that from the community folder. We'll do that immediately. We go straight back in, and we won't connect the VATSIM. Go straight to the runway. Everything started. Go. Yeah.
Okay. So we won't have VATSIM. We won't run VATSIM this time, though.
No, but what we can do is maybe we can get VATSIM back once we get in the air, because I think we all want to get flying at the stage.
Okay, no worries. Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, so we'll I've uninstalled it my end. Have you deleted it out of the?
There we go. The community folder just popped up.
Okay, great.
What was the exact name of that?
It's usually within user data, isn't it? I think.
No, I'm talking about what's the name of the folder. I've got a couple of extra installs.
Oh, okay. It's MK Studios.
MK Studio.
And EIDW.
See it? Yeah. So it's
okay.
To desktop. It's done.
Oh dear. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna kick the simulator back up, and you guys on YouTube, TikTok, and on Twitch can watch the loading screen, because I know you've got the short break, be right back symbol, which I'm sure you don't want to look at that all the time. So as soon as it starts loading up, you can even watch the loading screen, just so that you've seen something. This is live TV for you, Stevie B has said.
Yeah. In fairness, Dan, you've got your fair share of it in the last few days.
Do you know, it's a good job I work in IT, because you have to have a lot of patience. The patience ran out yesterday, though. I have to admit. Okay, so let's go over
Okay,
to...
let's everybody's actually seen behind the scenes here what's going on, all right?
Oh, definitely.
So let's do the controls, Dan. Flap 0 is throttle 0, gear down, disarm, engine masters are going to be on,
Off.
would you believe?
They're going to be on. Okay, we're going to go straight on the runway, are we? Is
yeah,
okay? So,
park and brake set.
Yeah, parking brake set.
If
gear
we
down.
get something going here now, straight on the runway, we've lost about 1 or 2 minutes, that's all.
That makes sense. So hopefully a few of you are okay with us restarting this.
Maybe they got their tea already served to them. You never know.
Maybe. So where are you starting off from? So we're starting off from Dublin, and we are going to fly to Düsseldorf if we ever get there. But this is this is obviously the challenges that you face with shared cockpit experiences, and it's also in beta stage. Fairly new simulator, really. You know, it's only been on the market sort of around a year, hasn't it? Something like that, Jerry, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
So Dean Reed Free says, "You guys are likable. I love how chilled you are." Well, I think
you don't
we're
see
both...
the temperature going up here, like, you know.
I think we're just both. I think we're both just sort of glad that we're not in the real aircraft when things go wrong. You know, we can press the restart button here, but if it happens in real life, then it's a bit different, isn't it? So
I also think, Dan, we had our fair share in the last day or two. we just don't care now at this stage. You know?
Oh dear. Yeah. So yeah. Well, we got rid of about sort of 200 viewers on TikTok anyway. So there's a few of you holding out on Twitch and a few of you holding out on YouTube. But you know, I'm sure they'll be back as soon as we start flying again. Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, and thanks for tapping that screen as well on TikTok. If you're on TikTok, and if you are watching on YouTube, do make sure you press the like button, and if you're not already subscribing, press subscribe on YouTube. And if you're on the Twitch side, then you know, give us a follow if you can. And I do appreciate you to watching over on there as well.
Okay.
So I'm still loading at the moment. You're sort of about halfway for me, but you'll probably see that on the stream, Jerry.
I see that there. I'm now just positioned on 28 left.
Okay, so your controls. I'm just looking at this.
I'm just waiting for you to get settled on the runway, then I'm going to hit the connect.
Okay, so I've got the. Shall I stop the server and recreate a new session?
No. That's fine.
Just keep that server. Okay.
Yeah, everything's all ready to go.
Okay.
We get this up and going fairly quickly.
Oh, it's all exciting stuff, isn't it? All exciting stuff. Yeah, so who is your co-pilot, fella? I missed the beginning of the live. Okay, so his name's Jerry, and he's a real Airbus A320 pilot. So he's been my secret weapon, actually, trying to get used to the Airbus 320 over the last few weeks, because before that, if you've seen a couple of my early lives, it was quite seat of your pants sort of stuff, where the speed was going out of control, and it was Jerry had a really good laugh at them, actually, but
so entertaining.
So I've probably made my channel really boring by learning a little bit more about the Airbus, but I think it's for the better. It's gonna take a different sort of turn with the live streams, and hopefully try and do it to the book, to real world procedures as much as I can, where before it certainly wasn't. But on the airport requests that I've been doing as well in between the A to B flights, that's a little bit less serious. Just choosing different airports, nothing sort of too serious there. Yeah. Did you get lunch early, by the way? I did. Porter's 69. I had a Domino's pizza, really bad, really. I sort of, if it's not coronavirus, it's going to kill me. It's going to be weight, so I need to curb the takeaways. That's for sure. I did see those. Is Jerry on TikTok? Jerry is on TikTok. Was it Jerry? If you want to.
Yeah, it's a Real Pilot Sim A320.
There we go. And is there any underscores on that?
It's all underscores, but if you just type it in, it comes up.
Okay. Is it to be an A to B flight? Yeah, so we're going from Dublin to Düsseldorf. So the sim's just loaded in now. So we're going to go to Dublin, and it's gate...
It's runway 28 left.
28 left. Oh, yeah, runway 28. That's it. We're firing directly on. Okay, let's go.
Okay, so when you load up, I'll walk you through the quick cockpit setup, so we're ready to go in 60 seconds and go off the runway. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Thanks for the likes. I can see all the likes. Thanks, Luke. Thanks, Tookie, for the likes. Fisher, thanks for the likes as well. And Maria, thanks for the share. It just helps push it out to anybody that actually wants to see these sort of lives. And we've got like 4 viewers on Twitch, which is pretty cool as well. And on YouTube as well, there's a few people. It's Admist is there. So is it a mod you're using to play together? Yeah, it's a mod. It's called Your Controls is the mod that allows us to connect to the flight deck. Basically the same time. But it's in like a beta unsupported mode. It's free. So anything can happen there. So this is Dublin. Aer Lingus livery.
There you go.
Cabin crew prepare for takeoff. That's what it usually says.
Okay, so you're in. You're right. Just give it a moment to
Right,
settle.
please prepare for takeoff.
I was close.
Is it settled there now? Yeah. Okay.
Not quite. Okay. Okay, it's settled now.
Okay, so I'm just going to connect to yours there now. That's it. So, oh, it's put me somewhere else.
Dear.
Okay, hold on. Don't think it's too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Yeah. It's put me exactly back where I was before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Just one moment.
Okay.
One moment. Back here.
Are you going to restart, essentially?
No, not restart. Just join you.
Join
where
me
you
again.
are,
Okay.
and that's it. Because this might work just. Okay, 1 second. And the runway 28. And fine now. And you tell me if you see anything happening on your side. You should see me just coming, jumping into the cockpit. Surprise!
Oh dear, there we go. Do you want to turn the dome light on and just?
No,
see if that...
don't touch anything. Just
No.
yet.
Do you want to do it? You know.
Well, when I jump in, one
okay,
moment.
all right,
I'm
okay.
just waiting for it to load it.
Dean, happy birthday as well. Yeah, thanks for obviously joining the stream on your birthday.
Hey, it's just all loading up there now. Okay, let's see. Does this work? Did that work?
Was that the takeoff config?
No, the dome light. No.
Nope.
Okay, just one moment. Disconnect and reconnect.
I mean, I'm happy to. I think I might need to stop the server and redo it again, basically.
I think we're good.
Dome light?
Yeah.
No. Okay, let me stop the server then.
All right. So we stay as we are on the. Yeah.
Stay as we are, yeah. And I'm going to start again. Okay, so I'm going to copy this across rather than spout it over the internet. That would be interesting. There's about four first officers. That would be interesting.
You'd have them all jumping into the flight deck at the same time.
We would definitely have problems then.
Okay, got that.
Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, and thanks for the likes and follows over on YouTube and Twitch as well. Okay, you've just joined there. Okay, do you want to try and do something? Switch to the
okay,
dome.
now switch the dome on.
There we go. We're on.
Hey.
We're on. Okay, so
So we're connected.
We're connected. Okay, so quickly then.
Okay, Dan. If you just want me to run through everything the way it should be, and I'll be able to throw a quick eye over this. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to put the seatbelt sign on. I'm going to come down to the box.
I'm setting the box up while you're doing that. Oh,
if
sorry,
you want to let me, I'll get all that done in a lightning speed. Watch this, right? Departure, left, Dexton. This is when you're in a rush home for the tea. There we go. Put that in there. Now we can leave Düsseldorf till we're in the air. We don't need to do that now.
Yeah.
Just get rid of it there. So there we go. That's fine. We leave those. We won't need them. We're not planning on coming back in. So we're going to go 1 and 0.2 up.
Okay, so that's interesting. So you don't need to put the 0.2 when you put that in.
It's different. There's actually about 2 different ways, maybe 3 that you can put it in there. You know. So we're going to go for config 1, set flaps to 1. Okay.
Yeah, set flaps to 1.
We won't use the squawk because we're not. We're not.
Have you already set the flaps to 1 now? Yeah.
Well,
on your controls as well.
Yeah, on your controls.
Great.
Yeah, flaps to 1.
Yeah.
And just check thrust levers are idle.
Idle. Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect. That's on. We're not going to do a squawk at the moment. We'll get a clearance in the air, and then we'll be able to join VATSIM en route.
Okay.
Okay. So last thing to do, Q&H. I'm going to set as 90909.
Yeah.
And you are. That's going to config is. We've got everything there, and 0.2 up on the trim. So with all that in mind, clear for takeoff.
Okay, so do you want to switch the dome light off for us, Jerry?
There we go. Clear for takeoff. Okay, tell me when you really want to release the park. Did that go off on your side? Did it? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, just let me just turn on. So okay, so clear for takeoff. Parking brake is parking brake off. Okay, you ready, Jerry?
And tell me when you're going to Toga.
Okay, Toga.
So man Toga SRS runway, the auto thrust is blue, thrust is set. Indications are normal. $100 knots. V1, rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
And you put your gear up as well.
Flaps up.
Set climb thrust first. 2 notches back. S plus increasing. Flap 0.
Flap 0.
Push the nose down a fraction. Would you like the autopilot in, Dan?
Autopilot.
Oh, I'll put it. There you go.
Okay,
sorry. It's one. AP1 is there. So AP1, thrust climb, open climb, runway track. So when you're ready, you can just do a direct to Lomvo or Dexter.
So interestingly, I can't actually see any of the flight plan that you've put in. You know, let me just have a look at the. Can you see my? Obviously, you can see my stream. You can see what I'm seeing.
Yeah. Let me just enlarge it. Okay, so if you may have to call in. Just go DIR.
Yeah, direct.
Yeah, DEXEN. And you can type it in.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Excellent.
Shall I get rid of that flight plan discontinuity?
No. With the rest of the flight plan, is not valid. So
Okay.
this is what you can do if you get a reroute in the air. So everybody can see this now, okay?
Yep.
So now I'd set climb to flight level 310.
310. Okay, so vertical speed is 1200, and it was flashing at me. I mean, what would that usually
Yeah, that's
be?
right. Now just pull the 310 and pull the
Yeah,
alt.
I got it.
There we go. Super. Look at that view.
It's amazing. Can you start screaming down the intercom? Oh dear.
Okay, so let's tidy up the flight plan for you. The next point after, I'll give you points as we're going along, so you don't
Okay.
have to load in the whole box. But anyway, you're away.
We're away, that's the main thing.
You're past 10,000 feet, so I'd say I'll put the lights in for you.
Yep.
Would you like the belts on or off?
We'll take the seatbelts off. Some people are desperate for the loo, I think.
Okay, seatbelts are off. And there we go. You are away.
There we go.
At least you're airborne.
At least we're airborne. The beacon lights, they stay on, obviously, don't they? So,
Yeah, beacon is strong.
yeah. Wow, look at the scenery. It's great.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Stevie, interested to know if anyone else has the flight sim and is learning from this. Well, we're all learning. That's the beauty of aviation, because even in the real world, you never stop learning. I know, well, from the private pilot perspective anyway, and I'm sure it's the same with commercial. So you never stop learning, do you, Jerry?
If I can add on to that for you, when Microsoft Flight Simulator first came out many years ago, I obviously got into it at that point, and it was able to show you some lessons in regards of instrument flying. It was basic at the time, but the principles always still existed. So you really got a good head start as to understanding how to get from A to B.
Yeah, and it's crazy how far how far the flight sim has gone. So estimated time of the flight, we're looking at an hour and a half, is it? From
About an hour and 15, hour and 20.
Yeah, so there we go. So if you have any questions, then are you going to use ATC tonight? Yes, we are, but I'll let Jerry decide when we're going to reconnect to the VATSIM for that one.
I'm just going to switch on the flight pad.
And I'm going to do the same as well. I can't see it. There we go. Okay, I know what went wrong.
What went wrong?
Basically, because my sim crashed, it forgot all the configurations of your sim brief options.
Oh, yeah, so if you can just call it in.
Okay, so yeah, that's why there was a mismatch on that box, and that's why we had real, that's why
That's okay.
it messed
All
up.
right.
As long as we know. So
Well, that's good to know. Now we can chalk that one down.
Okay. Oh no, it has. Oh, that might be. Is yours 535569?
No.
Okay. What's well, okay. Well, okay. It's,
I would have zero clue how to start it, let alone get it off the ground. Oh well, we're not doing much better this evening, are we?
I mean, the SimBrief username, that's not sensitive, is it, for yourself?
It is, yeah, I think
it is. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I'll do then. I'm just going to pop it on. Be right back. 2 seconds. So I'm just going to put you on, be right back everybody, while I just fill this information in. And I don't know if you want to just send me a message over on... so hopefully you can all still hear me and Jerry, but we're just putting some sensitive information in, and then we'll be back with the flight.
I just need to find where it is. I keep losing where I have this stored.
So it's within the settings and ATSU.
Yeah. So let me have a look. Where did I send? Okay, just give me 2 seconds, I'll have it through to you.
Yep. Hi Wayne's World, how you doing? We'll be back shortly. We're just filling out some information. Thank you very much, Jerry. I've got that.
Super. Which VR was available for the Xbox Series? That's the advantage, I think, of if you're going down the sim route, going down with a PC, because it gives you a lot more flexibility as to what you want to do of add-ons and so on, where the Xbox, even though the Xbox, I believe the game is brilliant, I haven't personally tried it myself there, but that's an advantage of actually going down with a PC.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we're back in the cockpit. Thanks for the subscription, whoever that was over on YouTube, I do appreciate it. I'm sure it'll come through in a minute. Hi Cliff, how you doing? Hi James Lappin. So well, we're both real pilots, but I'm a private pilot and Jerry's a commercial A320 pilot in the real world. So a bit of a mix of talents here.
Okay, the next point, you need to go to a point called DOLOP.
Shall I try and load the MCDU back in?
I think yeah, well maybe if you try and
Let me
send it to a point down route anyway.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because it loaded it in the wrong data. There we go. Let me just do init request. There we go. Hopefully you can see that on the stream, and I think that's where it. Well, I know that's where it went wrong now. So if we go to the flight plan, is that looking more? So the next point is Lutip, is it?
Yeah. So I would say go direct to Dollop, DOLOP, and give it a chance to straighten itself out. Even Rizla.
Okay, Dollop,
Rizla is good there.
Oh, Rizla, okay.
Yeah, Rizla is good.
Okay, we'll do that.
There we go.
Okay, hopefully that's a bit of a tight turn for it, isn't it?
That's okay. No, it'll get there on track. And I'd say climb flight level 370.
Okay, climbing flight level 370. Okay, should we get the ATC back on then?
Once we start going to 370, we'll thrust climb, open climb. On our way. Okay, so let me see what I can do on this side.
Oh, thanks Stevie B, 6971. I actually designed the logo and the animation myself, you know, through After Effects. So I think it's my, I think that's my biggest achievement on the channel so far. It's certainly not my landings. Anyway, currently on emergency descent due to as I'm out of control. It's admiss is saying on YouTube. Oh blimey, we don't need any emergencies like that.
We're barely holding on. Okay, so do you want to connect to VATSIM your side?
Yeah. Okay. So let's do that.
Connect.
Need to get vPilot open and connect. Connect as an observer. Okay, connected.
Oh wow! Oh my God! Europe is lit up tonight.
Is it?
It is. I'm looking at about 25 different stations on that here.
Oh wow!
Yeah. I just got to find the right one. So I think the most important, we'll put in 122.8. I'll put that in here for you.
Okay,
So
so
they're going whatever airspace we're going into, they're going to call us on that. So 122.8. I have to hand it to the guys at VATSIM. They really do a good job and assist the flight sim world.
yeah. Wow, look at the views out there. It's fantastic.
Isn't that great? Okay, let's see. Can we are going direct to Riesland. Okay, I just popped the flight plan in there. Hopefully they'll pick it up now shortly, and they'll give us a call.
Okay, fantastic.
Just going to change the squawk there to 2000 for them at the moment. Are you connected up to VATSIM as well?
I am connected to VATSIM.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And at the moment we're tuned to 122.800. Is that right?
122.8. Yeah, that's it. Teas, coffee, snacks, light refreshments only.
that's
Can't see anything out there. It's dark. Yeah, absolutely. I was just actually looking at this. Some of those constellations actually look fairly familiar. So they've done an incredible job on that as well.
Is it? Do you get some really nice clear nights with the stars and stuff on the cockpit?
Yeah. Especially when you're flying over an area where there's you're away from the light pollution. Like it's over a part of the ocean, coming up from the likes of Tenerife. You spend about some of your time 400 nautical miles, we say, to the west of land, and there's no light pollution around, and you really get a good view.
It's yeah. I mean, it's. Have you ever seen any Northern Lights up? Because obviously, you know, I don't know whether you go further enough north. Do you ever go to Iceland on any of your routes or?
No, would you believe I didn't? I've never actually seen the Northern Lights. However, I was speaking to some of my colleagues, and they have been entertained on some of the routes that they do.
Yeah.
That they've been entertained for many hours.
I went to Iceland I think about 2 or 3 years ago. It was before the pandemic.
Yeah.
And went on a Northern Lights boat trip, so I thought that's the best to get away from the light pollution, etc., to see it. And on that particular night it was pretty hard to see. It was more grey than green, apart from the odd burst where it was like really dancing around, and it only really danced around once on that sort of 2 to 3 hour boat trip.
Right.
So if I hadn't seen that like glow of intense green light with my naked eye and dancing around, I'd have thought it was a bit of a tourist scam, in terms of on the ground anyway. Because the thing is that people were taking photos before I could see it with a naked eye and everybody else, and it wasn't just me, it was everyone else couldn't see it either. People were saying, oh, set your shutter speed on your cameras to this, and people were getting the Northern Lights like through the camera lens because it was able to capture more light through the shutter speed and the sort of lens, but we weren't seeing it with our own eyes until like it got really intense. And if it weren't for that, I'd have thought, oh, it's one of those things that look really intense on a camera, and I think there's still a little bit of that true. But yeah, I'd have been really disappointed if I didn't see at least one bright sort of Northern Lights sort of dance, So,
I know what you mean. I'm just thinking as well. before we took off, there's one thing that didn't sync properly. What's
What
the
was
one thing, Dan? What's the one thing we don't want to leave behind?
Our engines. Was it the engine?
I'd say fuel.
Oh my word.
Hey. It's a problem we got to solve, and that's it.
Okay. Okay. So if we have a look at our flight time then, because oh dear.
So we're looking at an hour, right?
That's going to be really tight, actually.
We will be landing. Technically, there's probably about 1 ton would be 30 minutes of fuel. Okay. So technically, if we were to land in Düsseldorf with that fuel, it would, in the real world situation, would be declared a mayday.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So well, look, this happens on a live, and
it does.
If we've got to declare a mayday or minimum fuel, then or if we have to divert, then so be it. At the end of the day. So this is what happens. Everything. Sim has said, hi, what eye tracker do you use? It looks amazing. So I'm using something called Tracker IR5. You might have heard of it, or you might not. But it's a fantastic bit of kit. It allows you to sort of almost do like the VR thing, but without having the load on your computer, because VR is quite intense for your graphics cards. They'll be landing on fumes, Stevie.
Yeah. At best.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, so for those that are just joining, so we flew from Dublin and we're off to Düsseldorf, so Echo Delta Delta Lima, and that's if we get there, because if our fuel reserves start to deplete quicker than what we can legally be allowed to land at Düsseldorf, then we might have to take an alternate airport instead en route. So we can monitor that fuel situation as we go. Some great views out of the flight deck though, so even if we are running out of fuel, then it all feels quite calm and we have some nice views. Yeah, so that's the plan. Who's with me on the flight deck? So this is Jerry on the flight deck with me. He's a real Airbus A320 pilot. I'm a real life private pilot, so usually fly things like Cessna 152s, PA-28s, decathlons and stuff like that. They won't allow me anywhere near an Airbus A320 unless it's a fixed simulator. They won't even allow me on a moving one in this country, I think, after seeing my lives. Yeah, but that's the closest thing I've got to an Airbus in real life is a fixed simulator. But tonight we're multi-crew and we're battling through a flight to Düsseldorf.
In fairness, the battle is with the simulator, not with the flying. We had all this sorted before, but it's just causing some live problems, and you have to work them out as we go along.
Where are you going over now? Where is the map? So this is the map on the fly pad. So we're just basically exiting Dublin. So we're over. Oh no, we're not. We're over Stoke-on-Trent.
That's right.
Not far from Stoke-on-Trent anyway. Whitechurch. Whitchurch, is it? Whitechurch. So not far from Market Drayton and all the rest of it. It's a nice clear night in parts, but there's obviously some rain clouds around. But we're not going anywhere near that. It looks like South Wales, Cardiff area. Love from Wexford. How you doing? Is this real or is it a game? It's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, so it's definitely a game.
Yeah.
It's definitely a game. So. Okay then. So. I guess we can have a look at the fuel situation a bit further now.
Well, I would say to you, if you think about it, if you look at it further on down, we're going to be probably getting. Situation's always going to be tighter as we get closer.
Yeah.
However, we make a decision early. Are you going to commit and go for the fumes? I think we're going to be. I think we're going to land with about 200-300 kilos.
Oh really? Oh
yeah.
my word.
So you wouldn't do it in real life, but.
Okay. All right. So
you're the captain. Your call.
Okay, so 3.1 tons is the minimum fuel required at keypad, and we've just passed. We're just on keypad for 3.1. So that's suggesting that that's the minimum fuel. Is that taking into account the 30 minutes of, or is it actually literally the trip?
Okay, so that will take into account your ultimate as well.
Okay.
So let's just, I'll call up the plan here in front of me.
Yeah.
Which I don't have it. Let me just sync it.
Hello 7479. Yeah, so we both can pilot this plane. We can hand over the controls to each other using software. But we're hi from Mauritius. Hi, how you doing? But yeah, we're both basically operating the plane, got the same flight plan, and Jerry can turn things on as well as myself. So it's all pretty cool. Yeah, do you want to see what you can find in this situation then?
Okay, so your final reserve, you cannot go technically in real life below 804 kilos.
Okay.
804 technically is your legal minimum. Okay, your alternate fuel to Amsterdam would require 1.2 tons. So you're looking at, let's call it 2 tons is you technically what you would need. Now you can, the fact you're in the air, commit your alternate fuel to Düsseldorf.
Okay. Okay, so in that case, then, you know, it's how many runways does Düsseldorf have?
2.
2. Okay, so that's going to help us if get down if there's a problem on one of the runways, as we spoke about before. So I would say that let's commit our alternate fuel to Düsseldorf if that's included.
Okay, go. I'd say now direct to PAM, Papa Alpha Mike.
Okay.
That'll save some fuel.
Blimey. If this all goes wrong, then I'm blaming myself because I'm the captain. So direct to
Papa Alpha Mike. It's far down. There you go.
So has that sim not contacted you or anything?
Well, this is where I'm going to call now by voice. Stand by.
Okay, stand by.
KLM 63 Vector, contact our director 126.82, thanks.
KLM 63 Victor 126.82.
Then good evening, Shamrock 624.
Shamrock 624, landing control, hash message.
Shamrock 624, we commenced our flight in Dublin. We had this issue with the sim, however we are airborne, flight level 370, and we're just to the northwest of Birmingham, routing to Düsseldorf. Request clearance.
Okay, Shamrock 624, roger, you're going to be outside my sector, so monitor Unicom.
Unicom, thank you. So that basically tells us that we're doing the right thing. We're just now monitoring Unicom frequency, and if we penetrate anybody's airspace, they will call us.
Okay, great.
Excellent.
Fantastic. Thanks, Jerry, for handling the radios. How do you know how much fuel you have? So, do you want to answer that, and I'll point to the screen
sure.
Where it is?
If you go up to the top ECAM page, you'll see, and zoom in there, yeah, you can see FOB, fuel on board, and it says 2440. That's 2,440 kilograms, 2.4 tons. So that's we can see that going down in increments of 20. The Airbus on average burns about 2 tons per hour, just maybe a little over. The Airbus 320, that is.
Okay, so there we go. So that's how we can tell how much fuel we got. And on our flight plan, we have different points where there's a column called MF required, so minimum fuel required, and at each point it basically lets us know how much fuel we should have at least to maintain the current journey or continue our route that's planned. So if we have less than that, then we should be probably considering why, or maybe an alternative airport like we've already discussed. But like Jerry was saying, that we can actually commit our reserve or alternate fuel to our final destination. Captain Birdseye on YouTube. This is so awesome. I have a flight sim on Xbox, but when going to jets, it was all too much. I know the feeling. Checked some of my streams a few weeks back. I mean, they were a bit exciting, to say the least. A lot more to think about with a jet over something like a PA-28 or a single engine piston plane, that's for sure. Still think you should drive and fill up.
Maybe mid-air refueling is the thing that they're coming up with.
Maybe that's what we need on our life right now. We should probably call the RAF Valley up and see if they can somehow attach a fuel to us. Okay, do we need to sort of state our current flight level via the Unicom text-wise, Jerry? I'm just wondering.
Well, you can basically first of all, they will see us on the map. Basically, I don't think it's any advantage. Should we start departing from this level? Yeah, we'd want to let them know in case somebody's in the area,
Okay, that makes sense. So it's all good. We'll get your get your questions in. Could you tell me the requirements to become a pilot? So I can tell you in terms of a private pilot, I can tell you a little bit commercial, but I'm going to tell you the private pilot route, which you need anyway before you go on and do your commercial. But your private pilot sort of is just your PPL. You need 45 hours minimum before you can take your flight test. You need to pass your exams. You get your medical, which is important, class 2 medical. You're looking at a cost in the UK anywhere between 7,500, 8,000 to 10,000 British pounds. Where commercial, and I'll put it over to Jerry if you want to explain the commercial route after you've got your PPL.
Yeah, from the PPL then, this is, maybe I can stand correct on this now. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the criteria, because it does change year per year sometimes. However, generally you'll be looking at trying to build your hours up towards 200 hours, and from there then you will actually that will entail some instrument flying training. It'll also involve some simulator training, and then once all that's completed and done, you go up to multi-engine aircraft. You'll probably do 10 to 30 hours in those, and then from there there's a course called MCC, which up to that point you have been flying as a single pilot, and MCC starts to teach you the basics of flying as dual pilot, how two people fly an aircraft. And at that point, once you pass that, you have your frozen ATPL. So that's the point where an airline can accept you in and put you on a type rating course, such as the 737-800, the Airbus 320, and then you start integrating into an airline then.
So the question is now then, Jerry, how many hours have you got in total? Based on about 500,000 hours, isn't it? Something like that?
No, it feels like I'm that old, but no, not quite. It's just over 12,000 over the United States.
12,000 hours, wow. Imagine if you had to pay £150 per hour in a PA-28 for that. Imagine that. Imagine the bill.
I wouldn't be able to eat.
That's why I have to be careful when I tell the wife about how many hours I've accumulated, because she starts calculating them.
I can well imagine.
What's the sim called? So Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 is the simulator. We're showing a cockpit this evening with Jerry, who's an Airbus A320 pilot in real life. I'm a private pilot in real life, so a bit of a combination there. And we're flying from Dublin to Düsseldorf with literally the most minimum fuel ever. The minimum fuel that you would probably have to get out and push it or something. So it's going to be interesting. Hi, Chow. Martin says hello, Jerry.
Hi guys.
So for those that are interested, Jerry's got a YouTube channel as well, and also got TikTok. And is it a real Airbus A320 pilot? Is it?
Real Pilot Sim 320.
Real Pilot Sim 320, and that's with underscores. Stop talking about that film and go and get some.
I'm keeping one eye on the comments and one eye on the fuel gauge.
Well, Jerry's pilot monitoring, so that's why I'm allowed to look at the TikTok comments and have my phone outside of aeroplane mode here. They haven't got the weather radar mapped yet, have they, on the fly-by-wire?
No.
Which is a shame, because it'd be nice to see that. I think they're actually working on that at the moment. Are they?
They're definitely working on the terrain and the weather as well. I think they're coming up now in the next couple of months.
Not a problem, Craig. Let me just do that. I'm just going to get your tag. So real sim pilot. There we go. Okay, so that's Jerry's. That's Jerry's YouTube. If you want to give him a follow, we'll be starting to put some more videos up there of some interesting landings and setups and stuff like that. So
we'll take requests. Anybody what kind of different flights do you want to see? Do you know what I'm going to start actually doing? I've 1 or 2 videos up there, Dan. We see a lot of stuff on the same people flying from A to B, like what we're doing here. What I'm going to start exploring is failures and show people what actually happens in the aircraft when certain failures happen. So a few of those coming up in the next few weeks.
That'd be fantastic, because a bit like hydraulic failures and stuff like that. So the TikTok side, Real Pilot Sim 320 or A320, the same as your YouTube.
Yeah, it's I've checked it out. Once you search for that tagline, it'll come up.
Okay, so I've just put it in the TikTok chat. So do you want to confirm that's right?
My computer's starting to go crazy. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, Captain. Do you want the good news or do you want the bad news?
Okay. We're not going to have enough fuel, are we?
I'm just looking at this. Okay. I think a really. Actually, just give me 2 more minutes. If you want to keep your eye on that, I'll just do some calculations for you in the background.
Okay. So this is the beauty of having a pilot that's going to calculate the fuel.
Well, when I say calculated, we're gonna rough guess it.
2.1 tons left. So you're saying that we burn around 2 tons an hour, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So if we're looking. So estimated time of arrival is 5 to 9, and it's. Okay, so we should arrive in like 35 minutes, something like that.
Sure, I'm going to tidy up some of this flight plan and the box. Tidy up the box if that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go direct. We gotta get a better direct.
Oh my word.
No, we make it work. We make it work.
And what's the best glide in an A320, just in case we run out of fuel? Actually, we've already had this conversation, actually, haven't we? Sorry.
Okay, actually, no. You brought up a very good thing there, and remind you, when you start slowing the aircraft down later on the speed tape, you're going to see a little green donut popping up So at any moment in time, based on the aircraft weight and its configuration, that green donut is going to show you your minimum drag speed.
Okay, got you.
Okay, so let's have a look.
Some great views still from the. We've got an airport on our left as well. I wonder what that is.
Okay, Captain, there's you going direct to the runway now. It's as good as it gets. So let me see, 241. Here's your advantage tonight. You have an 84 knot tailwind. So that's really helping the situation. Because I know you're desperate to land.
Okay, yeah, so we have an 84 knots tailwind. We're just passing Norwich, I think, or Norwich is on our left-hand side. Somewhere over there, you've got a wind farm.
Yeah.
And actually, if you look at the overlay that's happening, if you have a look at the overlay, it's actually tracking our flight perfectly as well. We're just over halfway. I think so. Anyway. Ah dear. Okay, so can you lighten the load and throw some passengers out? What a great idea.
Hey.
As long as they don't start with us first, that's the thing.
Well, here's something. Here's actually something we can look at now while we're actually in this situation. This will give us a rough guesstimate.
Yeah.
Can you see up on the top ECAM there, Dan? It says fuel flow, FF. It's the four gauges down. The fourth gauge is down. Top ones are N1.
Yeah, FF.
EGT.
Yeah. Foxtrot.
So that's the fuel. Yeah, that's the fuel flow. That's kilos per hour per engine on each side. So we're going to say 900. 900 per engine. So in 1 hour's time, we're going to burn 1.9 tons. Yeah, 1.9 tons. We have 2 tons at this moment in time. So that's in an hour. We're going to an hour we're going to have that. Okay.
Okay.
What time are we? Is that MacDo saying we're going to be landing?
So it's saying that we're going to land at 5 to 9, and the time is obviously half 8 at the moment.
Half 8 at the moment. So you also got to remember when we're in the descent, we burn even less. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess. This is pure guess, right? I can't quite get this in. But I'm going to guess we're going to land in Düsseldorf with approximately 600 to 700 kilos. 6, maybe 700 kilos.
Okay. All right then. So this could be like a great game, couldn't it? Guess how many tons will we have left when we land at Düsseldorf? So Jerry's saying 800. What did you say?
I'm going to say 600 kilos. 600
kilos. Okay. So have a guess in your mind and see what we come up with as we get closer to Düsseldorf. Do you know if Düsseldorf is active on the VATSIM at the moment?
I'll double check that for you there. Just give me 2 moments.
Craig Salter, Houston River, lol. Yeah, Houston, we have a problem. Thank you. I want to fly with you yesterday, but you wasn't there at the stand. Oh, okay. Well, I had that many problems yesterday at Gatwick trying to get off. It was a nightmare, absolute nightmare.
Okay, Dan. Sorry just to interrupt you there. Very shortly, we're going to get contacted by Amsterdam Radar, and we'll be going live then on VATSIM with ATC.
Yep. Okie dokie. So we got a live ATC coming, which is pretty cool. Martin said we'll both be fired if we don't make it. I know, terrible. On a serious note, I think in real life we would be taking a divert.
There's no question.
Yeah, no question about it. But as it's a bit of fun, a bit of sim as well. I know, obviously, if we were going to definitely run out of fuel, then we wouldn't even entertain even on a sim. But as it's going to be close, why not? We'll see what happens.
This is turning into one of your landing challenges then.
I think so. I think so. This is pretty cool though. It is pretty cool. It's just nice having a shared cockpit experience, which is great. It's very quiet in the cabin. I think because it's night time, they must be asleep, including the cabin crew. Potentially.
And when ATC contacts us, I won't say anything just yet about the fuel. They're probably watching the stream and they'll know. And we'll just ask them for an expeditious radar vectors for runway 23 left.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I put in runway 23 left there for you, Dan, initially into the box, I think.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I've got that.
And I'll set up if you wish, I can set up the minimas and so on and give you the brief on it.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind, that'd be great.
Okay, one second. Give me a moment.
Thanks for the subscription on YouTube. Hi Theo, Doe, sir, can I have a Fanta? Yes, certainly. I'll just get the cabin crew to get that for you. I think we'll have to just do a call. Yeah, Theo would like a Fanta up at the flight deck, please. Yeah, a cold one. Okay, thank you. There we go then, Theo, over on Twitch. You got a Fanta coming your way.
Nice, nice.
But Jerry did tell me that you don't press the aft. Is it the aft one? Is that the one?
No, you just be cautious what you press. Just
okay.
You have to think about.
You have to think about what we do. What's the reason for? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you've got different sounds that those bells make, and those different sounds has different meanings to the cabin crew. Whether it's just a normal call, maybe there's a little bit of a concern coming, so you just be careful.
Ah, there we go. Wait, is this real? No, Dan certainly. Yeah, okay. So yeah, okay. Yeah, it's a simulator. So it's Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. We've got 190 people on board on TikTok, which is mad, and we're coming into Düsseldorf. We're not far off calling ATC as well, but I think Joey's going to give us a brief on landing into Düsseldorf in a few moments as well.
I'll just go and get the weather for Düsseldorf. So go in here, weather request. This is so handy that you can actually do it this way, and just put in EDDL, and we can actually clear out the other two that we don't need, and request it. That'll come through shortly.
West Yorkshire Trucker said you're doing the return, guys. Oh dear. Well, we might go from here to Innsbruck.
Oh dear.
I think that's our next flight, isn't it?
So they're trying to be in broken 700. This is going to be a nice Cat 1 approach. So. 12.07. Okay, I'll give you a brief in a moment. That's reasonable there. Okay, Dan. Do you have your Düsseldorf ILS runway 23 plate there in front of you?
Okay, so we'll do that now. Oh dear, okay. Because this 2 seconds. Okay, let's just get the charts up.
Okay, I'll keep an eye on the time for top of descent as well.
Okay, So what was the star arrival for it? Sorry.
We're not going to go do a star. We're going direct.
Right, we're going straight in. Okay. All right then. So 23 left. ILS. Okay, I've got the chart.
Okay. Excellent. Okay, so when you're looking at these charts, you start at the very top. You don't actually look at everything. You take out the most important pieces of information. So I'll just go through this briefly. The frequency for the runway is going to be very important to make sure we're tuned to the correct one. That's 109.9. And in the box, if you actually look down there now, you'll actually see that it's there. It is there, 109.9. If you look down in the box, and you'll actually press the RadNav page, you'll see India Delta Sierra Whiskey 109.9.
Yeah.
And I'm looking down in the MACD here. Can you see the MACD? Yeah, you got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, the stream is a bit delayed there.
Yeah.
So you can actually see that that is the correct frequency that's going to be tuned for that runway. So that's good. We'll continue with this. Okay. So the sector safe altitude, I'm going straight across to the other side here with the big orange circle, is 2,400 feet at one part of it. And then there's another section that's 2,800 feet. So if we were ever disorientated, we need to get above those altitudes within 25 nautical miles of Düsseldorf via wall, which is actually on the airfield. Okay?
Yeah.
We're going to be brought around, so you can start to see the overall view there. We don't have time to go through it all, but basically the most important part is we'll be coming in from the top left-hand side of that page, and then we're going to be doing a right-hand sweep and turn to join that black feather line on the way in. Okay, we've just got... did you get a message from... Oh, I got a message, sorry. This is ATC looking for us.
Okay.
Okay, so stand by one moment. I'll continue that brief. And this is exactly what happens in real life. You're about to give a brief on ATC. We're looking for it. Okay.
Amsterdam Control, goedenavond.
Here we go.
Air France 7 forward Pazula.
He's probably going to give us a descent straight away here.
Direct river after river to Sierra Papa Lima. Step Bravo Tucson.
150, direct out river Schiphol, and then expect runway picking. Tower 7, Papa Pazula.
Kilo 7 1 Quebec, contact Brussels, 131.1, bye-bye.
131.1, can come back, bye-bye.
Amsterdam, good evening, Shamrock 624, level 370, routing direct to Santa Fix 23 left to start.
Shamrock 624, squawks 1000 and report again the waypoint you are proceeding direct.
Squawk 1000 and we are proceeding direct to Santa Fix 23 left, Düsseldorf.
Shamrock 624, Roger. Considering there's still quite a lot of traffic towards Düsseldorf, are you able to proceed direct to PISAP, Papa India Sierra Alpha Papa?
Shamrock 624, we're doing dual SIM operations and the SIM has given us a fuel problem. That's why we were routing direct, if you can assist.
Shamrock 624, Roger. In that case, for the time being, fly heading 100. I will advise our German colleagues about the situation though. However, for now, fly heading 100.
Fly heading 100, request descent. Thank you for your assistance, Shamrock 624.
Bird 540, complete descent on flight level 290.
So there you go.
There we go.
That's how you get air traffic control in on the problem. And you make it their problem.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's always the saying, isn't it? Like, you have a problem, share it, make it everybody else's problem.
But I'd imagine, at the end of the day, if that was a problem in real life, then, you'd do the same, wouldn't you? You'd explain the problem.
And this is the beauty of VATSIM. These guys.
624, stand by shortly for descent, traffic.
Thank you, Shamrock 624.
Okay, then 240 leaving my airspace.
Now, that's the guys of VATSIM. They take this so serious and so real. They're very, very good at what they're doing. And that's pretty much what you would hear in the real world. So just to quickly finish off on that brief, Dan, he'll probably join us at 3,000 feet and all the way down to the minimum. I've got 3 set there in the box, and that will be the Cat 1 minimum. If we don't see it, we go around, and if we do see the runway, we land.
7,000 and
That's your brief.
Okay. 338, Cat 1 approach.
After Arctic, direct Papa Alpha Mike.
after Arctic, direct Papa Alpha
Okay,
Mike.
he's leaving us a little bit high at the moment, which is typical. Here we go.
Now flight level 250.
Descent now, flight level 250, Shamrock 624.
Challenge cargo 538 after river, direct Sierra Papa Lee.
After that, Düsseldorf 538. FM radar, German cargo 746, back at the flight deck.
German cargo 746, welcome back. You're about to leave my airspace now, so monitor Unicom 122.8, oi.
Unicom 122.8, and 20 hours in the Hong
Okay, so we should see the, like say, the fuel rate drop, which we are doing. It's 80 and 100 now.
Yeah, and
engine one.
the longer he keeps us descending, like a continuous descent all the way around, the better.
Yeah, makes sense.
Remember, Arctic 717,
American 717, good day, identified.
Okay, so we're over
Beeline
Holland at the
455,
moment.
leave Sierra Papa Lima
Netherlands.
heading 050.
Leave Sierra Papa Lima heading 050, Beeline 455.
Couple of comments there, Dan. Gotta love VATSIM. Yeah, I've got to. I want to second that because the guys over there, they do an incredible job.
It's I mean, they've been going quite a few years now. I mean, I looked at today at how long I'd had my account, and even though I haven't been an active user, but I've had it since 2009, and I'm pretty sure they were going well before that as well, to be fair. So
yeah. No, they have been going, but I mean, their facilities and some of the things that I've actually seen them, they've added onto their services is just they're keeping up with real world all the time, and it is very good.
Ryanair 8407, good day, identified. Continue to climb flight level 370.
Continue climb flight level 370, Ryanair 8407.
I'd say he's doing a nice job. He's just getting us down at the right time, you know.
Confirm Turkish 1 NFF3 to work, cleared for the approach 127. Ryanair 735, hello, identity.
have we got time to have a look at an outside shot?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll keep an eye inside. You go outside.
Shamrock 624, descent level 170.
Descend 170, Shamrock 624.
Turkish 1 NFF3, contact tower, frequency 119.225, bye-bye.
Yeah, no, he got to 170 and pull.
3,000 feet, QNH 1005.
Descend 3,000 feet, QNH 1005, Beeline 455.
Kilometer 4 per higher, contact Maastricht 133.950, bye-bye.
Maastricht 133.905, kilometer 4 per high.
CZ 4 kilo, contact London, frequency 127.1, bye. Aegean 47 for cushion, Europa 475, you're about
good there.
Airspace now, there's no further
You're going very quiet.
sector available, so
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. Hey, while you're out there looking at the outside, let me switch on the light for you.
Europa 475, you're leaving my airspace, Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Yeah, that's better view.
122.8, Europa 475, thank you, happy new year,
I
bye-bye.
noticed the logo lights are not working.
Lufthansa 5, Hotel Lima, you're also
There we go. Let's try those.
available in your next sector. Someone of Unicom 122.8.
No.
What is the flight Lufthansa 5 Hotel Lima, happy new year,
No,
bye-bye.
but that's even
Audi
single pilot
115,
operations.
contact
Yeah.
London, frequency 127.1, bye-bye.
What is the decimal?
Challenge 538, descent level 70. Beeline 455, right turn 090, descent 2000 feet.
Right turn 090 and descend 2000 feet, Beeline 455.
FedEx 6 Charlie, Action 6 Papa Charlie, descent level 70, vectors runway 27, information Foxtrot.
Information Foxtrot meter in Sudan and expecting vectors runway 17,
greetings from Jordan. Hi, how you doing? Welcome on YouTube. Craig Salter, is Microsoft Flight Simulator not broken after a certain altitude, making fuel burn more, or is it fixed? Well, this is going to be different because this is actually a fly-by-wire Airbus A320, so they'll have their own model on that. But we haven't noticed anything, have we, on that side, the fuel burn? But,
yeah, I think what he's referring to is there was a bit of an issue going back a few weeks ago where you went up to a certain flight level and the outside air temperature went up to 350 degrees and the plane couldn't fly. Yeah, but I think they have fixed it.
I didn't catch who that was for, Jerry. But
was that a radio call I missed?
I don't know whether I didn't get the first bit. So.
Well, if you really, here we go.
Descent level 120.
Descent level 120, Shamrock 624.
Beeline 445, right turn 180.
Right turn 180 degrees, beeline 455.
Thanks for the follows, thanks for the shares, and thanks for tapping that screen. We're not far off Düsseldorf now.
FedEx 6 Papa Charlie, left turn 090.
We are 69 nautical miles away.
Yeah, for
so not long at all.
profile and left 220.
FedEx 6 Papa Charlie, confirm left 090.
Pilot Milson, report your position, sir. So
we don't know where we are.
We don't know where we are. We're going to be lost.
Amsterdam Radar, this is North Travel 44 inbound Alpha
okay, so we're just.
Still 44, hello, climb to flight level 250.
Planning 250, North Travel 44, thank you.
Line 455, to the right turn, heading 240,
need to make it? I don't know. You
right turn 240 and clears approach 227, line 456.
That's where we are anyway.
Somewhere on that map.
Okay, so we've got the we've got the QNH settings in for the arrival airports, and if we
Shamrock 624 to right heading 130.
And right heading 130, Shamrock 624. It's going to bring us straight.
Bird 842, contact Maastricht, frequency 133.950, bye-bye.
I'll double check that. I'm not sure whether you said 130 or
120. Thank you, goodbye.
Okay.
Yeah, I think 120 sounds better.
624, report you're heading to Langen radar, frequency 128.550, bye-bye.
128.550, confirm heading 120.
Heading 130.
Heading 130, 128.550, Shamrock 624.
Ciao.
Okay,
Turkish 1 Whiskey Romeo, descent 2000 feet, QNH 1005, cleared approach, come to 7.
Cleared approach, pilot 27, QNH 1005, descent 2000.
Okay,
Charlie.
Change over frequency. Good evening, Shamrock 624, descending flight level 120, radar heading 130 degrees.
Shamrock 624, good evening, Langen radar identified. Turn left heading 130, descent, flight level 70.
We are currently heading 130, descent level 70, Shamrock 624.
Shamrock 624, sorry for that, fly heading 110.
Fly heading 110, Shamrock 624.
Overwing 7 Mike Whiskey, contact Düsseldorf Tower 118, this will be an landing.
There you go, 70 and heading 110, Alex goes.
I tell you what, it takes a lot of the pressure off when someone else is handling the radios. You can just program it in.
Doesn't it make it a bit more pleasant flight? It can, doesn't it?
High speed approved.
It's a lot less stressful.
He's learning. We might slow down.
Okay. All right. Do you want me to pull the speed?
Yeah, select 250 knots. Okay. Sorry, Dan, I couldn't resist.
Shamrock 624, descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1007.
Descent altitude 5,000 feet, 1007, Shamrock 624. Okay. 100. What's the QNH you said?
QNH. Oops.
Shamrock 624, confirm QNH.
QNH 1007.
1007, thank you, Shamrock 624. So 1007 set once, set twice, and on the standby.
Okay. Set on the standby.
And passing 10, so give them 10 down. 2 bings in the back.
Okay.
Lights on, landing lights on.
Runway lights on or not at this point?
Yeah, you can leave them on or off. It won't make much of a difference here. And activate the approach phase. Would you like the approach check?
Yeah, approach check, please.
It says cabin crew.
Cabin crew notified. I'm guessing.
Yeah. Briefing and navaids. They're all set and confirmed.
Shamrock 624, fly heading 120, descend 4,000 feet.
Heading 120, descend altitude 4,000 feet, Shamrock 624.
I've actually got a static multi-panel that the wife bought me for Christmas, so I haven't got it yet. It's still at Curry's. So it'll be easy to...
Lufthansa 07, reporting climb to 190.
Lufthansa 087, contact Langen
Radar. There,
yeah,
you're absolutely Seamus there. You can see the QNH in the flight path to the left. Sometimes I have found in the past when you're rim-flat sim and looking at that, it's slightly out of sync. Only by say 1 or 2, but that's why I always just double check them.
So how are we doing for fuel actually? 1.6 tons.
Oh, this plane is making fuel. Oh dear, I'd say if we slow down to somewhere around 220 knots now, it'll keep him happy.
I thought you were going to tell us to hit the floor so you could get closer to your estimate.
No, I'd like to save as much fuel as possible. We could throw the gear out and throw everything out. And that'll drag it in.
Oh dear.
It's always nice to be sort of down instead of diving at it, you know. But here's the thing, Dan. When you land, it looks like you're going to have over your legal 803 that would have been required. Below that would have been obviously Mayday.
Well, I think it's helped going direct to a lot of points, direct to the runway itself, and plus obviously, you know, cutting back on the fuel with just gliding down. So yeah. Thanks to those that are watching over on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. I hope you're enjoying it. This is FlyUK for those that have just joined the stream. I'm on board with Jerry. He's a real Airbus A320 pilot. I'm a private pilot in real life, so good mix of crew. But we've nearly made it to Düsseldorf, so we're getting there. We are getting there. Martin says a sigh of relief.
And fair play to those who stuck throughout the little problems, stuck with us through the little problems at the start.
Oh, blimey. Crocodile Hunt says Düsseldorf, that's where I was born. Oh, wow.
Excellent.
It's going to be an inquiry when you get back. Not if we're over the legal requirement, I'm guessing. I don't know. Maybe there'll be an internal company shakedown after.
Once we left our legal fuel, and en route, whatever had happened en route, we realised, okay, it could be the headwinds a bit stronger or whatever, and you had valid reasons to commit your fuel to your destination airport, your alternate fuel towards your destination airport because it's needed. That's okay.
Joey, shall we select approach on the multi-panel, the approach button? Is that needed?
No, he hasn't cleared it. Descend 3,000 feet, Shamrock 624.
And Shamrock 624, turn right heading 140.
Turn right heading 140, Shamrock 624. That's a good thing, Dan, regardless. A good question there you brought up about the approach. He has not cleared us for the approach.
Okay, all right. So obviously the aircraft will then just do its own thing on the approach.
Exactly.
Exactly. If we,
well, when he clears us for the approach, he may clear us the LOC first, and then he may clear us then the ILS, which we go from the LOC approach to the LOC arming to the approach arming, and I'll talk you through it as it happens. So I'd say we'd at least, just for comfort now, I would start bringing. No, actually we're alright. We're okay. I'm thinking in real world there, where Düsseldorf can just quickly turn you in, and you want to be ready. Look at that scenery; it's incredible.
624, are you going for ILS approach or visual approach?
ILS, please. Not unless you want a visual, Dan, do you?
No, I don't want a visual.
Shamrock 624 visual. ILS, please.
Don't do that, Jerry.
Shamrock 624, one of that.
Do a barrel roll. I think if we just get on the ground now after this,
I was going to say, we are pushing this. I haven't got a visual with the runway or anything yet, so.
Shamrock 624, right heading 200, cleared ILS 23 left.
Right heading 200, cleared ILS 23 left, Shamrock 624. Now you can arm the approach. Okay. Excellent. Second autopilot in.
Düsseldorf approach to be 115.
I've got some visual on the runway now.
Excellent. It's.
Good 115, good evening, and Langen radar. We are closing in about 2 minutes. Monitor uniform 1 to the
landing checklist.
Well, let's arm.
Okay, good evening.
Manage your speed.
Okay.
Okay, there's your low star now, and you tell me when you're ready for the flaps.
Okay, flaps 1, please.
And ready, steady, go. Flaps 1. And you've selected 1 as well.
I've selected 1 as well.
Yeah. Excellent.
2,500.
You might as well just get this done. Get it all set up early, like, you know.
Yeah.
So you're in the zone now where you can take flaps 2 if you wish.
Flaps 2, please.
Speed checks, flaps 2 blue.
And we're nearly 5 nautical miles out. Gear down, please.
And gear coming down.
Lange Welle, guten Namen an Antalya.
10 nautical miles, yeah.
Oh, we 10 nautical miles out, sorry.
Anatolia 6 X-ray, Hotel, good evening, Langen radar, set squawk and child, please.
Talking about Charlie,
okay, sorry, 10 nautical miles,
yeah, you're okay.
Anatolia
I was looking at the distance of
the hotel, identified,
the MD, top right.
Yeah.
I'm unrestricted 2.
Okay, when you're ready for flaps 3.
Okay, flap 3.
Speed check, flap 3 blue. And then you time when you're ready for flap full.
And flap full, please.
And flap full. Now would you like the landing checklist?
Okay, landing checklist, please.
Barrow reference.
Set 1, set 2, and set 3 times.
Excellent. Auto thrust. So is it in or out?
Auto thrust is in.
And the ECAM memo is.
Contact us off Tower 118. You have a landing.
Sorry, blocked.
Shamrock 64, contact us off Tower 118. You have a landing.
18.3, Shamrock 624. Thank you. And ECAM memo's landing. We just wait for the no blue to come up, and that's it. You're all set, Dan. It's all yours.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay, we're landing.
Well, let's see what the tower says.
Yeah, that's true.
They might not want us in. They might tell us to go
well,
away.
we've got minimum fuel. We've got 1.5 tons. Actually, that's plenty, actually. We can go around a few times.
But we are on minimum fuel. Okay. Düsseldorf Tower, good evening. Shamrock 624. We're final runway 23 left at 7 miles.
Shamrock 624, Düsseldorf Tower, good evening. Wind 250 degrees, 1 knot, runway 23 left, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 23 left, Shamrock 624.
Okay, clear to land. Nice one, Jerry.
There we go. So just run through some of the stuff at the top. So the lights and...
thanks Cameron over on Twitch. Welcome to Twitch live stream. Streaming on a few platforms this evening. So it's Track IR, not VR. We're coming to land Düsseldorf.
Flight attendants, please prepare for landing.
Excellent. All done.
Thanks, Jerry. Right, so we did have visual with the runway, but we've got a while to go. We've got a big cloud in the way. Look at that.
That's why we stay on the L instruments.
And are you seeing that cloud as well?
Yeah. That's typical. That's exactly what happens, yeah.
What's that OM sort of beginning
as? That's the outer marker. If you were to look at your chart for your ILS, that's the outer marker. That will be a point where if you have your minima, especially in the low vis situation, it's within minima, you keep going. If it's outside minima, you will be going around. It's very applicable to, it has a significant effect on your decision regards to continuation with low visibility procedures. And also, you know, that you cross-check that height against the chart. Make sure you're where you are where you should be.
And can you get the airport taxi routes just prepared for when we get down, just so that when you, so we know.
No problem.
Not very familiar with Düsseldorf. I don't know about you.
It makes both of us. I know you have, and I have a fair idea what it is.
Okay.
1,000.
And you are stabilized. Continue.
Continuing.
So do you want to make your excuses now then?
Okay, well, we've got 1.4 tons. Okay, so runway in sight. We're landing.
All stations, Düsseldorf closing in 1 minute. I repeat, Düsseldorf is closing in 1 minute.
Oh no.
When you're on the ground, yeah. Maybe they came on live just for you.
I'm not too sure about that. Welcome to Düsseldorf anyway. I'm disconnecting the autopilot, we're landing.
Very good.
Is that okay?
Can you see there, yeah? Can you see the runway there, yeah?
I can see.
Okay. I've got a big dirty cloud in front of me.
Have you?
500.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
400.
I've got to put the thrust levers to the...
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
300.
You need to tell me when you're closing them.
Minimum. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Okay, close them.
10.
Okay.
5.
Reverse thrust.
Spoilers. Reverse green, you have, and you're slowing down 100 knots. Maybe hit the brake a bit. Maybe get off. Okay, you get off the follow that green line. Well done, Dan.
There we go, nice landing.
We got there.
We got there in the end. And how many? So we got 1.4 tons of fuel. So we're going to take this next left here.
Yeah, take that left, right, and an immediate left up that general greenway.
24, welcome to Düsseldorf. Contact count 121.6.
Confirm frequency 121 decimal. Shamrock 624, confirm frequency.
121.6.
121.6, thank you. He'll tell us where to park then.
Okay.
Düsseldorf ground, good evening, Shamrock 624, vacate runway 23 left.
Shamrock 624, Düsseldorf ground, hello. Hold position immediately. You're completely inside my control zone right now. Once you vacate a runway, please do not enter any other taxiway when you're not instructed to do so. Taxi to gate Charlie 06 via Papa 4.
Taxi Charlie 6 via Papa 4, Shamrock 624.
Condor 421, contact Düsseldorf Tower on 118.
Okay, Papa 4.
Please repeat for Condor.
Let me just double check.
Condor 421, contact Düsseldorf Tower on 118.3 and departure frequency will be Unicom 122.
Continue straight ahead.
When passing 2,000 feet, Unicom 128.
Consider myself told off.
118.3 and passing 2,000 Unicom.
And gate Charlie 06 is basically all the way up around the back and the second last stand that you can go to. Okay, I'll tidy up.
Eurotrans 1 Mike on Düsseldorf Tower on 118.3. Einen schönen Flug, ciao.
118.3, Eurotrans 1 Mike, danke, Stand auf Top.
Start the APU.
Okay, straight on.
Okay, Shamrock 624. That's not Papa 4 right there. Take any gate of choice.
Okay, apologies. We'll turn left here and take stand choice. Thank you.
Yeah, and confirm you have charts or you're just texting wherever you want.
No, we do have charts. There was just we are starting a dual controlled flight, and it's given us many problems this evening, inclusive of charts and directions and so forth.
Okay, so where am I going?
I'd say put it here. Swing it around and just put it here.
Okay.
Shamrock 624, thanks for the service. We'll disconnect from that end. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for flying to Düsseldorf. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
There you go.
There we go.
I'll press disconnect, and if you press the same.
Yeah, okay.
So we can come off inside.
Blimey. That's one way to get you back, Jerry.
Well, hey, listen, we were honest with them all the way.
Oh,
but we did it. You did it then. You did it.
Well, there we are. Welcome to Düsseldorf.
Well done.
Well, that was the first for us. So we parking brake on. So that was the first for us. A shared cockpit. Craig has said butter. I think it all went pear-shaped when we connected to ground, and we got a good telling off. But never mind.
And you know what? I totally understand that guy just sort of telling us off a bit.
Oh, definitely. Look,
they're trying to make it exact, and that's what would happen if you did the wrong thing.
Definitely. You know, I'm not having a go at him. At all.
Yeah, I know. I understand.
It was just the fact that obviously there wasn't a sort of a natural handover. You know, and sort of as there would be. So I think there's just a bit of a delay going the radios, but we'll get that sorted for next time.
And I totally get it. They make the experience of interaction with ATC so good and so real. So fair play.
Fleur said that was great. Yeah, this is more real than the simulation we live in and call reality. And SimPilot82, did one of you select observer mode before connected? Yes. So I connected with the call sign with an addition of a letter M for Mike at the end of the call sign. We connected with the same sim details, but I put observer. I was in observer mode where Jerry, that was performing the radio duties, was connected as normal. But because we've got a shared flight deck, it means that the aircraft is actually connected through Jerry's side, so he's seeing exactly what I'm seeing. He can operate. So do you want to just turn the dome lights on, Jerry, just to prove that I'm not gonna? Here's my mouse. Look, here's my mouse.
Sorry, the dome lights you said, yeah?
Yeah, dome lights. Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. So there's my mouse. I haven't even turned them on. You'll see the switches go on, and etc. So Jerry's controlling that from his side, which is so cool. It's so cool, isn't it? So we're
just to point out, Dan,
yeah.
I'm actually sitting in the opposite side of the seat. I'm sitting over
really?
the other side of the cockpit.
And did the landing? So every this is on the tech side now, not the aviation side. But in terms of the syncing up, Jerry, was the landing glitching out or anything, or was it sort of smooth, etc.?
No, okay. it was perfect.
All right. So Craig has said that was great. Didn't know you can do shared cockpit. Jerry, Dan, thank you so much. We'll be doing this again though, without a doubt. We'll pick another airport to go into. One of the key airports that's been asked for is Innsbruck. For an approach into, so but I think we're going to have to really study that.
We will, Dan. I have not been there before, so I'll have to really get down to brass tacks.
So maybe it's not one for the next one. Maybe we'll iron out a few more things first. But we could probably do sort of some short hops just to get used to it. Maybe Dublin to Edinburgh, Dublin to Birmingham, and Dublin to Heathrow or something like that, just to get an idea.
Absolutely.
We'll do this again. Let me know. We'll fly with you guys. Oh, SimPilot, that's great.
Thank you.
So yeah, thanks so much. I'm going to disconnect the live stream now. Thanks for joining me, and Cameron over on Twitch. Thanks so much for watching, and anybody else that was over on Twitch as well.
Thanks, Stevie. So just Stevie there. Better than that on the box tonight. We got the prime position. Yay!
Well, this is FlyUK, and this is Jerry. Real Pilot Sim A320 is his tag, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Like you say, I do appreciate it. I will see you soon.
Good night.
Good night for both me and Jerry. Bye bye.